The 5 outlaws were already eating the meatloaf Myrtle had prepared for supper when Ben came in the door.
"Ben Savage,"
Hutch sang out when he walked in.
"Howdy, boys,"
Ben returned. "I see you found the best place for supper."
"We sure did,"
Reese replied.
"And I'm glad we decided to stay here tonight. Does a man good to stop and take a little holiday once in a while? We'll be thinking about Lacey's dining room when we're back sleeping on the ground and cooking our own grub."
"I know what you mean,"
Ben said, and walked on back to his usual table in the back corner, near the kitchen door.
"Evening, Ben,"
Cindy greeted him with a cup of coffee.
"Meatloaf tonight," she said. "Rice and beans and biscuits."
"Sounds good to me,"
he said. So she went in the kitchen to fetch it. He sat there sipping the hot coffee for only a couple of minutes when Mac Bragg walked in. Ben watched as Mac received a similar welcome to the one he had received from the 5 strangers at the big table. As he had done, Mac exchanged a few words with the strangers, then, seeing Ben in the back corner, came back to join him.
"Mind if I sit with you?"
Mac asked.
"Glad to have some company,"
Ben replied.
"Course, I reckon I could have sat down at the big table with the 5 cowhands."
"Yeah, thought about that myself,"
Mac said as he pulled a chair back. He sat down, smiled at Cindy when she brought his coffee, and waited until she went back to the kitchen before continuing.
"I wanted to talk to you about those cowhands. I had a funny feeling about those boys, so I went to talk to Rob Parker at the hotel about 'em. He told me they checked into 3 rooms for the night. I asked him what their names were, and he said the one called Reese wanted to check all 3 rooms under his name, Reese Smith. Rob said he told them that was fine, but could he just give him the last name of each one of the other 4, so he could know who was in which room?
He waited then for Cindy to place his plate in front of him. When she left again, he went on. 2 of 'em was named Smith, same as Reese. The other 2 were named Jones. He paused to wait for Ben's reaction.
"Well, now, that's one hell of a coincidence, ain't it?"
Ben responded. Seeing that he had Ben's attention, Mac continued. "This afternoon I ran into Reese and one of the other men walking up the street. We talked a little bit, then I went on back to the jail. But before I went inside, I stopped and watched those 2 for a little while longer. They went inside the bank." Once again he paused to judge Ben's interest in what he was telling him. Satisfied that Ben was interested, he went on. "Later on, I decided to go to the bank to see what they went in there for. I talked to Lawton Greer, and he said he didn't even know those 2 were in the bank till after they left, and Stanley and Peter told him about it. They said one of them had a $50 bill and wanted to change it for some smaller bills." He waited for Ben's reaction.